Hi guys. Well, Dr.Mckay Mckeen, he is a world-renowned surgeon for tumors. They are called fibromatosis, and he just operated a man, I think back a few months ago, but I just saw the episode where he operated on a man in Iraq. No, Vietnam. Vietnam, not Iraq. But the man, he had like, it started happening when he was like a little boy. The tumor was growing on his left leg, I think, and it like took the whole entire leg away, I think, because of the tumor. It was growing on his leg, and it made the leg gone. And the tumor itself weighed probably more than 200 pounds. Because he was like, so what a neofibromatosis tumor does is that it takes away all your nutrients. Like if you were to eat food every day, the tumor itself would take away the nutrients you need. It takes away your blood. It takes away everything from you. So, whenever Dr. Mckay Mckeen got to him finally, the man was really skinny and sick. And the man hadn't walked for so long because the tumor was so big. So the man was dying. So when the man went to the hospital, the surgeon, but not Mckay Mckeen, it was like the head director of the hospital, and the hospital said no. And at the time, the man, something was wrong with his lungs, and Dr. Mckay Mckeen made it better. And so the doctor said no on the tumor removal surgery. And so the man went and lived at an apartment. And then finally, the man with the big tumor went to a different hospital, to a private hospital. And so with the man, when he went to the hospital, to the private hospital and the private hospital where he had the operation, in the other hospital, he took up 2 beds because the tumor was so large. And so finally, Mckay Mckeen, at first the man, when the doctors all said no, the head of director of the first hospital said no, the man accepted that. He was okay. He was okay that he was gonna die. He was brave about that. And so they lived at an apartment. They moved to an apartment. And then finally, 1 month or 2 months later, Dr. Mckay Mckeen came back. And so they did the operation in a private hospital. And they took the whole entire tumor. It was like a 12-hour surgery. And the man lost a lot of blood and stuff. And so with Dr. Mckay Mckeen, when they were doing the operation, I just saw this on TLC. I just watched it a few hours ago. On TLC. So when Dr. Mckay Mckeen was doing the operation to remove the tumor, he was saying, hand me this, he was saying, hand me this, but they weren't handing him that because they all spoke a different language. Because Dr. Mckay Mckeen spoke English, and he was from Chicago. And all the Vietnam doctors and nurses all spoke a different language. So he was like, hand me this please, hand me this, hand me this. And they finally had to yell at the doctor, to one of the nurses, because something was going on with the man, that he was like bleeding profusely. So finally, Dr. Mckay Mckeen finally got all the doctors and nurses to communicate to him. So finally he like spoke really loud, and he handed out his hand saying like, sutures please. And so everyone had to be quiet when he said that. And so he finally got all the doctors and nurses to listen. So finally, in the end, they did the operation. When they removed the tumor, he said, get a wheelbarrow or something. And then a man came with like a big garbage can, and they took it to the disintegrator to burn it. And so when the surgery was over, the man was okay, but at the time he just had a huge surgery. So like the first 48 hours were crucial to the man, see if he would survive from the operation. Because see, he had a big tumor on the side of him, so it was really huge, because they didn't want to make sure that there's no infection or anything going on with him. So finally 48 hours came and the man was okay. And finally, like 3 days later, Dr. Mckay Mckeen went home. But before he went home, he said goodbye to the man, and the man said thank you. And the man's mom shook his hand and gave him a present for thanking Dr. Mckay Mckeen for saving her son, basically. And then finally, Dr. Mckay Mckeen went home, and so he still continues his recovery, I think. And so like the mom said, like, this is like after the surgery, guys. So Dr. Mckay Mckeen is gone. He went back home to Chicago, and so the mom is like telling him eat, because with the tumor, it took away all of his nutrients, everything from him. So the man is eating everything so that he can get better. And so the man said, Mom, you feed me too much. But mom said, no, you have to eat. So he does. And finally, the doctors and nurses give him like a walker, like a special walker for him to walk. You see, with the man, I think that with the tumor, that the tumor grew on his left leg. So when they took the tumor off, it left him with no leg. So he had one leg and he was walking, so he's all happy, and he said, I want to go back to work, but still he's probably still in the hospital recuperating. But now the man's recovered and all better now. And this is like the hugest surgery so that Dr. Mckay Mckeen has did according to date. Because a couple of years ago, the biggest tumor removal surgery he did was on a woman. And the one that lived in Russia. Her name was La Chica Bunguez. And she had a huge tumor, like, from like the back of her back all the way down, like it grew on her booty, and then it went all the way down to her legs. But that's another story. But with the man with the 200-pound tumor, that now is the biggest neofibromatosis tumor recorded to date now, at least until Dr. Mckay Mckeen operates again, which is great because Dr. Mckay Mckeen is a good man, because I watched him for years doing the chicken bone guesses and Lori Ugowin surgery. I know I'm like a big medical banana. I'm like crazy with medical, so that's one thing you don't know about me. I mean, I know all these medical people in history that Dr. Mckay Mckeen has worked on. So, God bless Dr. Mckay Mckeen, and the man that had the 200-pound tumor in the man's family. God bless. Thanks for watching. Bye.